So that picture that I showed is really close to that, actually like Cyprus. It's just upriver. So let's do this discombobulated here. So these conditions, actually the video in this is actually pretty clear. Most of the time we have tons of particulates. We like to dive and go into these areas when there's a lot of current, because the current is ripping out fresh matrix and fresh material. You can see the matrix in the bottom of the river, or on the side of the cliff. We actually do stratigraphic sampling, send core samples to our friends at USGS. So these are places that the USGS can't get into. You know, usually they have a truck and they're taking the truck up to an area where it's heavy. So if it's swampy, they can't pull the truck in there, or else they can't get boats up into these areas. And USGS is very limited on the number of scuba divers that they have. And actually, I think it's depleting from what we understand. And it actually might deplete to no divers.
So if you're looking at the video here, Jason just crossed the line at about 5 feet, and you can see there's no ambient light. So he went through basically this horizon where you've got a little ambient light, and then all of a sudden the lights go out. And so with that light that he has there is mimic sunlight, so it's full spectrum, and it's incredibly powerful. And you can see he's right up against a cliff face there, looking at fossils sticking out, and it's just kind of a blur. So his operating distance for which he can actually really see something and distinguish is about 7 to 8 inches right now.
And then I'm actually going down the cliff, so this is a sheer cliff. So if you were like look at the side of this desk here, I'm going straight down the desk, and then I hit the bottom, so I'm passing trees, going through trees. I think when I hit the bottom, I see a fish or something. But this is a mixed clip of a couple different dive events, so I can show you a little bit of different situations.
So one of the questions we get a lot is, do we use the buddy system? And so we actually don't, because in those particular conditions, you know, Jason's threading his way through trees to get to the bottom, and he can only see about 7 inches. If he were to run into me, I've got all sorts of gears and valves that he could bump, stuff that he could tear off my mask, take my air supply out of my mouth accidentally.
I actually took his fin off one time. It was really funny.
That wasn't accidentally. He snuck up later on. He snuck up behind me and took my fin off me, which was not cool. Sorry.
And then this is actually a whale vertebra, very much like some of the ones that are being passed around. This particular site, there were probably a half a dozen whale vertebrae in a 6-foot radius. So they're just laying around. So this actually is a pretty calm river, and there's particulate there, but there's not a lot of current. There's actually one clip coming up where you'll see tons of current. Now this is a situation where you have real tannic water with hardly any particulate. So this is really, really clear for us. So visibility on here.
Oh, wow.
You know what that is?
Hello.
When I pick up the tube, notice the sand and the particulate. You can see the current just whisk it away.
So the current's about 7 knots in this situation. Jason, I'm guessing you're dug in with one hand, got your body tucked in.
I'm trying to hold the camera.
It's basically like going down the highway at about 60 miles an hour and hanging onto the hood ornament of your car. That's about what it feels like. So you'll see the particulate being whisked away underneath them there.
Can you give some context for the whale vertebrae, like what type of whale, what time period, where exactly in Virginia this is?
1 second. So this is actually flood conditions. So you got heavy, heavy particulate. Super cold. We dove for about 15 minutes. Aaron was hyperventilating, or not hyperthermia. Hyperventilating. So we pulled out and went 8 miles, or 8 hours south to warmer water. But back to your question. So baleen whales, what you were seeing there. So those were about 7 million years old.
Wow.
So kind of later.